Hello guys, and I'm back with more Zipkist, and let's see what After created this week. And we start with Noir by Fuchs. It's definitely Noir, and if you noticed there is like red arrows, it's another way of this track, and I believe it could be faster. But I try like 5-6 attempts and I didn't manage it because it's like ice loop, where I'm not like big fan of ice and it's slightly killing me. So even without it, track itself are really interesting and great scenery. Honestly, I really wonder what the fastest time you can achieve during like the red pass. And we are switching to Vice City's second Fox track for this week, and yet again done nicely, great scenery, a lot of interesting moment. The only one thing that I want to mention, I believe there should be a really big cut or something like that, which I didn't manage to find because my time was around 45 seconds and after time is 36, so it definitely should be some trick. Even without it, some elements were done really interesting, like all this acid in a pipe and other stuff which can kill you. Great track, great scenery, love it. Blackout by Blue Pizza. Yet another great track, and like in general this week was really fun and a lot of track I really enjoy. Maybe it's because I managed like finish them, almost all of them, and that's why I have like great mood. And by the way, sorry for my voice, I'm slightly sick, so never mind, I digressed. Great track, I love this idea of lines. It's remind me, like, if I could say it, early Kern Cop and Cold Vault tracks. Scenery is fine, it's calm, yes, it's dark, but track allow you to, let's say, prepare for every new element, so you can manage your road to like build the faster path to finish this track. Fullspeed Mania by Dark Angel, and yes, it's completely Fullspeed Mania. Usually I love full speed maps, especially when they are not so long, like around 30-45 seconds, that you have a lot of attempts to finish it. In this case, it was nice and fun, especially when I already know how to do some elements of wall riding and how to prepare my soapbox to these vertical loops, I don't know how to call it. Again, I'm not doing them ideally, I still have some problem there, but again, I finished it only once, and yes, it was gold, so I'm happy to finish it, and maybe in future I return to this track to practice like vertical turning in high speed. Orange Inferno, and I believe this is my first track that I didn't finish this week. Yet again, I didn't find the proper way how to do it. Track itself, some elements was interesting, using this fan when you need to be on a specific place and you need to manage your speed with position on this fan to reach the perfect place for next part to make this jump. But second jump, I never manage it when you need to make some kind of loop in air and go inside the pipe. So potentially I understand that you need to do like 180 degrees and then use air brakes to stop rotation, and maybe it could help, but I never managed to do it. And I believe it was almost the last element, or like almost last part are really interesting. It's when you need to go make jump, then I believe fan will suck you into the checkpoint, and then you need to go around and then go into the checkpoint. So the finish is great. I'm really disappointed in my skills that I never finished this track, but it's new element for me. I never saw it. It's great that people come up with new ideas here. MMMBop. This is track for MMM, and I believe because it was created this week, it's for August, so I really can't say something like about this track. I enjoy not typical cave ride or let's say pipe ride, where it's not like round pipe, it's more like oval, and it's make you differently plan your driving inside this road, because you can't do like upside down and loop ride, and you need to manage some corners. So it was interesting, it was fun. Some element was unexpected for the first drive, like jump and to understand where you need to use like arms up or not. And one of the really enjoyable and unexpected and surprisingly good element was icy road with a fan. When you're like moving in a full speed and you think this is a like dead end and you will crash and you're like blowing away. It was nice. It was nice feelings, like wow. So yeah, really enjoyed. Still don't like that it's pretty long track, but maybe it was one of the things for these MMM tracks, I don't know. But except that this is a long track, all other parts are pretty enjoyable. Tang by Archie, and there's two tracks, Tang and Tangi. So Tang have all checkpoints and Tangi did not. So potentially Tangi is a great track to try find the cuts and grinding some world records even in like cutting areas. Tang by itself, I would say it's almost like typical Archie track. I can't say that this is like really speed track or technical. It's something like in the middle, but still enjoyable to drive. MMM Thicket by Lindsay. Yes, again one more track for MMM, and this time there's a lot of scenery and more time on this track. So if to compare both MMM tracks, I love it more because it's faster and because you can't reset at any checkpoint. If you failed on 1 minute 20, you completely lose attempt, and if you have like limited time, shorter tracks give you more attempts. But I would say that Lindsay track is easier just because at the end you have this fan which could help you finish this track even if you have like really bad speed. Fixo August MMM. Yet another track for MMM, and this was hard because of all this jump, and you need to understand and prepare for them to not hit all these obstacles. And I would say it's really hard, especially with these unity bounds that could affect any of your jump. It's inconsistent. I managed this track, I finished it, but still find some attempts was really inconsistent. Even you try to do it same over and over, not every time you can manage to do it right, and it's not because of your driving, it's just because how Unity work. Ocean Garden, long and but fun track with some ideas that I see like first time. First element was really surprised. Spent like couple attempts to understand how to manage and finish it, so it was fun. It's not hard, it's just unexpected that you need to go and like turn around. All other elements are not hard. I believe like almost anyone can do it. It's just using some materials that potentially could be harder than it drive on them. Another, I would say, slightly harder element is the pipe where fan blow up, so you can't start steering until specific moment in this pipe, because fan will try to blow you up and you just lose a lot of speed. Other than that, I didn't find something like hard, as I said, so it's just fun, but still slightly long track. Let's say it's one of the long tracks that I enjoy to drive. Twisted Fate by Akane, another track that I didn't finish, and this is completely my skill issue. It's not like bad track or something like that, it's just I understand that I can't manage some turning. Yeah, I could complain that like I'm not fast enough to switch on controller from left to right, and that's why I'm struggling, but I believe all people like playing on the controller who are like more skillful than me, they easily could do this track. And since I didn't finish, let's go in photo mode, and I like lost almost at the end. So we're going up in the pipe, doing turn, then yet another turn and finish. So each time I was failing there, which is slightly disappointed for me. Fullspeed Abyss by MDPL. Well, this is full speed track with really hard speed check at the end, and you won't know that you can do it until the almost end. So you need to keep all your speed through all this track from like the start, because there's no boosters at any point. You need to be really fast, you need to be really precise on each jump to not like bounce, and be smooth on landing as possible to maintain jump for the final jump to the finish, which is, again, I failed a couple of times. It was painful, but I was lucky enough. Oh, and yes, again, MDPL creates this interesting stuff like for all his track, and since I'm here I can tell this secret, and I will tell it only for my favorite viewers. And you are my favorite viewers because you're watching until this moment in this video. So as I understand, he scale finish to like 0 or 0.1, so you can't see it, but it's here on a screen. And he creates these track name signs basically to promote it. Pretty interesting stuff. Island hopping, and this track was built for basically training jump, a lot of jumps, and surprisingly I could finish it. I'm not a big fan of jump, and I'm always complaining about unity, bounce and other stuff, but this time, as I said, surprisingly I managed to finish it, and maybe because I'm become more skillful, I don't know, maybe because this track layout was built and it's completely fit in my driving style with controller. So Calm City Night. Well, name of this track tell everything. It's not really fast, it's not really technical. It's decently hard, but it's hard for like grinding world records or like any achievements. It have really strange corner, which I believe is initial to have after time or even like world record, where you lose a lot of speed. It's like banking 90 degrees turn. And I would say this is the only hard element. All others are pretty manageable and easy to do. I believe anyone can finish this track, but only like pros could like grinding and find the way to be like really fast there. Tricky transmission. Well, I believe this track was built just to train some transition with higher speed, because if you have a lot of speed on your soul box, your steering are different. And yet again, I don't know how I managed to finish this track, and I managed to finish like pretty fast. I'm not a big fan of like jumping and all this transition, but this time I just finished and I'm really happy of it. Fall Guys by Fixo. And I would say in general I love this week because we have a lot of different elements or new elements that I never seen before, and this track using elements that I watch and saw a lot of times, but this time it used differently, and it was so great when you're doing this vertical turn and you need to manage your speed, manage your soul box to not lose everything, to be on like specific driving. And I believe it have two different options to finish it. Like if you manage to make U-turn on this vertical rolling board, you do like how I did, jumping over the place. But if you manage to go like backward, this booster should keep you in and you can slide in the second finish. But still a lot of great ideas on this track. Love it. Hard, but as creativity, like 10 out of 10. Spider Cave, well, I would say just normal track with big loop and not really hard. Not a lot of like really hard elements, completely nothing, just driving, and I would say potentially pretty easy. One hard element that I potentially could manage is just driving upside down, but well, I believe everyone already did it at least once. So anyway guys, I really enjoyed this week. There was so many interesting, beautiful, creative tracks. I really love that people still creating something new and doing all these tracks. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. See you next time. Bye.